This morning on Daybreak, police have caught a suspect accused of robbing a gas station last night.
And we'll tell you why medical marijuana businesses in Missouri could be in some trouble.
Also, why the salt trucks and plows are on the roads today. We'll get a look at MoDOT's winter drill. Those stories and more coming up this morning on Daybreak.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. It's Thursday, November 7th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. Second hour of Daybreak as we get moving on this Thursday, almost to the weekend. A lot of fun on tap, including for you tonight, right?
Tonight, I am emceeing the Ozarks Literacy Council Spelling Bee. I want to go ahead and bring Elisa in because I need to ask you guys how to spell a question, okay?
Spell a
word. Or spell a word.
Q-U-E-S-T-I-O-N.
No. I need to ask you, okay, how do you spell cattywampus?
What is that? What, can you use that in a sentence? What does that word even mean?
That sign was all cattywampus.
I've never even heard this word in my life. Is this in English?
Yeah, it's a Midwestern word, which is really fun because that's how a lot of the words are.
Are you allowed to write it down? This one is cheating. This is cheating with this pen over here.
Is that it? C-A-T-T-Y. Okay, I'm already out.
You're not allowed to write things.
Go.
I don't know.
You got to spell. We're on a time limit.
I don't know.
You gave up.
Does it start with a C or a K?
Elisa's stress. C-A-D-D-W-H-O-M-P-U-S.
This is very wrong.
Good luck to all of our spellers tonight.
This is terribly wrong.
Good luck. Still time to sign up.
Wow.
Come tonight. Starts at 6:30. Benefits a great cause.
Exactly. Indoors, too, because it'll be cold out there, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Rain on its way out this morning, cold on its way in.
Okay.
We still have some residual flooding concerns to the south. That's why that flash flood watch is continuing. The heaviest of the rain is over, but it's still raining over spots that got that heavy rain overnight. So that goes until noon. Looks like we've got a new aerial flood warning there to the south and east. The one for Barry and McDonald County goes until 3:45. Wet roads in Branson this morning. That temperature is at 43 degrees. Again, those showers are hanging out south and east of the interstate. We're dry to the north. Some more moderate rain from Bentonville, Harrison, Mountain Home, and over towards West Plains as well. We've got temperatures tumbling up to the north and west, about 10 to 15 degrees colder. It is 32 degrees in Clinton, but it's not raining, so not concerned about ice at all this morning. 37 degrees in Springfield. Temperatures are in the 40s where it is raining to the south. So we're starting out with some wet roads this morning. We'll dry out through the afternoon and temperatures flatline. 37 degrees by dismissal, staying pretty cold. Details on big ups and downs on the 7-day coming up in 10 minutes.
MoDOT crews have already had to get out on the roads for some work already this winter, but today the department will still hold its annual winter operations drill.
You heard Elisa probably mention a little bit of snow later on in the 7-day forecast. Our Hannah Zettel is live to explain what they hope to accomplish before then.
Well, that's right, and you mentioned last week's kind of wintry weather. That kind of served as a practice before the practice that's scheduled for today. Now, this drill is kind of intended for the large group of new MoDOT employees, but it's also kind of a refresher for those veteran MoDOT employees as well. It's all kicking off at about 8 a.m. this morning. During that drill, MoDOT employees will react to a simulated forecast of significant snow. The department's emergency operations centers will activate, and employees will be deployed to their trucks. Emergency communication systems will be tested, and every truck, motor grader, and snowblower and tractor will be inspected and calibrated today as well. About 285 snowplows take care of the local Southwest district. MoDOT reminds motorists to slow down when sharing the road with these vehicles today and throughout the winter.
They need to stay back, 100 foot from us and just realize that, if they are going to pass, there is a snow plow in front of them. Some of them are 12 foot, some of them are 14 foot wide. We want them to go home safe, and we want our drivers to go home safe.
Of course, remember to keep your distance today if you see any out there and throughout the winter. But I'm going to break down MoDOT by the numbers. I got some fun facts for you. In an average winter, MoDOT employees will plow about 6 million miles of snow and ice, which is enough to go to the moon and back 13 times. That's across the whole state, of course. But here locally in the Southwest District, which covers 21 counties, MoDOT has 40,000 tons of salt on hand for this winter. Hopefully we won't need to use that much this winter, but just so you know, they do have it and they're ready for that winter weather that's going to be coming here in the near future. But for now, reporting in Springfield, Hannah Zettel, Ozarks First.
Thank you, Hannah. New now this morning for you. Authorities have arrested a suspect accused of robbing a gas station last night. It happened at the Rapid Roberts at Elfindale and Kansas Expressway before 10 o'clock. Springfield police say the suspect walked in with a gun and demanded money. Customers were in the store at the time, but nobody was hurt. The suspect fled their apartment and after a short chase was taken into custody. No charges have been filed right now.
The city of Springfield has been awarded nearly $21 million for a project that would connect Wonders of Wildlife on Sunshine to downtown Springfield, just shy of Chestnut. Senator Roy Blunt says the transportation secretary recently approved the federal funding. The money will be used to create a 3-mile stretch of pedestrian walkways and bicycle paths on Grant Avenue. It will also connect to greenway trails, parks, and neighborhoods. Construction crews will add a roundabout and traffic improvements. Springfield Mayor Ken McClure says the project would be a big boost for tourism.
It will be a very great boon for economic development and livability, if you will. And this is going to be linking two key areas of the city. And that can't help but have a very tremendous economic benefit for us.
We also asked the mayor a question several of our viewers have been raising to us. Does this project cater too much to Bass Pro and Johnny Morris?
This benefits the community. We have a tremendous economic asset with Bass Pro and the Wonders of Wildlife and the aquarium. It's been recognized nationally. We have a vibrant downtown. As both areas grow, the community grows on that. So this is designed to help the community.
The city will have to put $5 million aside to match 20% of the grant. There's also plans for possible business development in the area. McClure says early feedback from the public has been positive, but that's not quite what we heard from you on Facebook. Francie wrote on our Cullerton page, "Why don't you get a grant to help with scholarships for kids to get a better education, or help give those in need jobs, or maybe build homes as a project through your company?" John weighed in, $26 million for only 3 miles of pedestrian and bike paths. Cheryl writes, maybe an overhaul of the public transport system, fix our potholes, do something reasonable for the homeless. And finally, Mike had to say, improve the schools, not Johnny Morris's business ventures. City leaders have not said when construction on the project begins.
Medical marijuana operations in Missouri may be in some trouble as dispensaries and growing centers that have conducted most business with cash in other states may need to find a new payment method for here. The News Leader reports the Department of Health and Senior Services proposed a rule saying cannabis companies will need to pay their taxes in any other form of acceptable payment other than cash. Currently, marijuana businesses cannot use the federal banking system because the federal government still sees cannabis as an illegal substance. Missouri is calling on federal lawmakers to support the Safe Banking Act, as well as the Missouri Health Department to adopt some allowance for license holders to be able to pay in cash until they can figure out a banking solution.
Taxes are not the only problem medical marijuana makers and patients may face in Missouri, though. As medical marijuana cards are becoming available, there are issues in understanding the laws around them.
Make sure that you're aware of your rights, because not every law enforcement officer is receiving, adequate training about this new topic.
That's Darby Cook, the founder of the Missouri Cannabis Clinic. She has not had many issues with the process, but knows of people who have. Like one patient in Rolla who argued with police that it is legal to possess marijuana since she already had her card. And just to be clear, the Department of Health and Senior Services says even before dispensaries are open for business, card-carrying patients can legally have up to 4 ounces of marijuana. The Police Chiefs Association added that officers should not ask where the marijuana came from or request a receipt. To avoid confusion, officials suggest all patients always carry their card.
We're starting out with some wet roads south of the interstate this morning as that light to moderate rain lingers. We're dry and much colder to the north. A cold day is on tap. Your full forecast is next.
From Cullerton, Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Cullerton News Daybreak. Now weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa.
Good morning. We're starting out with wet roads again in Branson. It is 41 degrees on north and northwest winds at 16 miles per hour. So our front is through, but we are still finding some rain. That's why the flash flood watch continues to the south until noon. The heaviest of the rain is over, but it's still raining in spots that got that heavy rain and are dealing with the residual flooding this morning. We've got a couple of different aerial flood warnings I want to take you through. This one for Barry and McDonald County goes until 3:45, where there are some road closures near Roaring River Park there. Benton County continues that warning until 8 a.m. Over that state line, we do have some roads that are covered with water and closed, so you want to keep that in mind. Powell is one city that is impacted, and that's because in that area, we've got 2 to 4 inches of rain in spots, a big swath of at least 1 to 3 inches stretching from Bentonville and then over to the east towards Mountain Home and West Plains. West Plains getting a soaker of 1 to 3 inches where it's still raining. That's where we have a new aerial flood warning that goes until 4 for parts of Douglas, Howell, and Ozark counties. So you want to keep that in mind. In this area, again, especially south of the interstate, be careful for flooded roads this morning. It is still raining in those areas, which is why we are concerned about any residual flooding. We've got those moderate showers near Jasper and Harrison, and then stretching up to West Plains this morning. It is dry north of the interstate. We've got that front continuing to nudge south and east. High pressure, you can see clearing out the skies up top, and it will try to do that for us today. What it will really do is bring in a much colder air mass, boiling temperatures and blustery winds as we head through the day today because of that sharp temperature difference. That cold shot is on its way in. Some of us starting out already 15 degrees colder than yesterday. So temperatures flatline in the 30s through the afternoon. I don't really think we're going to warm up much. It's just going to be a steady, cold day out there today. The rain exits by about 1 o'clock to the south and east. The clouds might be hard to shake on the backside. Much more sunshine to the north at Lake of the Ozarks, and then we're stuck with the clouds in Harrison. We're all clear tonight. Temperatures in the lower 20s. Cold sunshine tomorrow, 46 degrees, and chilly. We warm up this weekend back into the 60s by Saturday and Sunday, only to plunge early next week. We've got some of the coldest air so far this season, dipping with highs in the 30s on Monday and Tuesday. You can see that Arctic plunge comes in on Monday. It could come with a shot of some wintry weather late Sunday into Monday. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. So again, what to expect out of this is that brief weekend warm up, sending highs into the 60s Saturday and Sunday. A cold front comes in late Sunday with that wintry mix. Maybe some snow early on Monday. Too early to talk about totals. Daytime highs will be in the 30s and overnight lows in the teens. 39 degrees today. We'll try to clear out the skies. It will be cold and blustery on north winds. 21 overnight, clear and cold. 46 degrees tomorrow with chilly sunshine. We will have a brief warm up this weekend. Temperatures in the 60s, more clouds on Sunday with that wintry weather coming in late. Maybe some snow to start on Monday. It will definitely be cold with temperatures tumbling all day.
We want to give our viewers a birthday shout out who are celebrating today. Happy birthday, Gary DeLong, Gary Elmore, Steve Owens, and Nicholas works in Master Control here at Color 10. And Clint, the cameraman, is celebrating a birthday tomorrow, but he will not be here tomorrow. So happy birthday, Clint, while you are here with us today. Don't forget, if you want an announcement made on Daybreak, send us an email to birthdays@color10.com. We have sports coming up next, but as we get ready to take a quick break, don't forget to find us on social media. Our Facebook and Twitter pages are right there.
Sports on Color 10 News.
All right, we know Missouri State's men's season opener wasn't too great, but Mizzou's turn was last night and able to set the tone with some expectations in the SEC. Opening at home in Columbia at Mizzou Arena, hosting Incarnate Word. As we take a look at Conzo Martin, Mizzou struggled early, missing its first 7 threes, but Javon Pickett finally sinks one for a 5-point lead in the second. All Tigers from then on. Xavier Pinson with a no-look to Trey Jackson, who slams it home. Mizzou goes up 10, and then Jeremiah Tillman actually led all scorers. He had 16, and Mizzou goes on to cruise past Incarnate Word 82-42 to wrap up Game 1 on the year. The Evangel Crusaders are on the road for the next 2 weeks, which, believe it or not, are the final 2 of the regular season. But 8-1 Evangel is trying to play much more football this year by getting into the NAIA playoffs. Remember, they were left out last season despite a 9-2 mark. Chuck Hepela and the Crusaders don't want that to happen again, so they need to finish strong, and that'll start Saturday at Central Methodist.
To be quite honest with you, I coach to not have that feeling again. I mean, I don't like that feeling. Professionally, it was probably one of the worst experiences really in my career, you know, to know that we were that close. Really probably should have been in, got left out.
CMU, they might not show it on the record, but they have a lot of really good players on their team, and Coach Shep just talks all the time in meetings. Just take it one step at a time. Just do your job one step at a time, and that's how we're going to take it there.
And you know what? Evangel did get robbed right there last season, so hopefully they make the playoffs. Friday, we've still got high school playoffs happening as well. Is it going to be pretty bad out there?
Cold.
Yeah.
Blankets, lots of blankets and sweatshirts.
It's tougher for the fans because the players will be running around, right?
Right. It's mom and dad and brother and sister that are sitting there freezing.
We'll look to that tomorrow. How about right now? How do we start?
Still pretty wet. We've got rain on its way out and cold on its way in, but we did have some heavy rain overnight, and the heaviest of the rain is over, but the flash flood watch continues until noon because it's still raining in places that are dealing with residual flooding. So we've got a couple of aerial flood warnings. I think I missed adding the graphic here, but you see that one around West Plains that goes until 4 o'clock for 1 to 3 inches of rain down, and there's still some flooding concerns because it's still raining there. This one goes until 3:45 for Berry and McDonald counties, also good 1 to 3 inches of rain there. So we've got wet roads in Branson this morning. It is 41 degrees. Winds are out of the north and northwest, pretty steady, and they stay steady today. You can see the rain is inching south and it's decreasing in intensity. We've got some more of those moderate showers around West Plains. That's why that new flood warning was issued. Moderate showers near Yellville and Harrison as well. Nothing up to the north, just cold. Temperatures about 15 degrees colder than yesterday. So where it's near freezing, it's not raining, so no ice there. 37 degrees in Springfield. Where it's raining, we're still in the 40s. Temperatures flatline today, still in the 30s by dismissal, despite some sun coming out. The rain exits by this afternoon. The clouds will be tough to shake south of the interstate. We'll have much more sunshine to the north, but temperatures cold all around. We dip it to the 20s tonight, cold 40s tomorrow. It's just going to be chilly. If you need to do some raking, today's just not a good day to do it. The grounds will be wet and the winds will be breezy. Tomorrow, lighter winds and sunshine. Same thing on Saturday, but Saturday will be much warmer. We're back in the 60s on Saturday before an Arctic plunge early next week. Look at this roller coaster. Chilly today, tomorrow. Now much nicer and warmer Saturday, Sunday. Look at those high temperatures in the lower 30s.
Coming up next, Chris the Critic has your buzz at the box office.
We've got what to expect in theaters right after this.
New on big screens this weekend is Dr. Sleep. Years following the events of The Shining, a now adult Dan meets a young girl with similar powers as he tries to protect her from a cult who preys on children. Ewan McGregor stars. Stephen King first got the idea for this film in 1998 at a book signing when somebody asked him, "What happened to Danny?" This was a question King had often asked himself, so he solved it. Lots of anticipation for Last Christmas. Kate is a young woman who makes bad decisions. Her last date was with disaster, except she accepted work as a Santa's elf for a department store. She meets Tom there. Then her life takes a new turn. Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding star. They are super popular right now. In addition to the title being based on the 1984 song written by George Michael, Last Christmas, the movie will include the unreleased This Is How from 2016. And to honor veterans, we have Midway. This centers on the Battle of Midway, of course, a clash between the American fleet and the Imperial Japanese Navy, which marked a pivotal turning point in the Pacific theater during World War II. The film, based on the real-life events of this heroic feat, tells the story of the leaders and soldiers who used their instincts, fortitude, and bravery to overcome the odds. Woody Harrelson, Dennis Quaid, and Mandy Moore star. This is the second time Mandy Moore and Dennis Quaid have starred together. The first was American Dreams from 2006. And tops at the box, I cannot believe this catastrophe. Terminator Dark Fate is over, Joker. Ugh, this will not last, I promise you that. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, right after that. Harriet, which is an excellent, excellent movie about the life of Harriet Tubman, right after that. And The Addams Family make your top 5. New on Blu-ray this week, super fun, Hobbs and Shaw. Lawman Luke Hobbs and outcast Deckard Shaw form an unlikely alliance when a cyber-genetically enhanced villain threatens the future of humanity. This is a spinoff of the Fast and Furious franchise, and it's a really fast and fun ride. I really liked it. You know why? Because I love me some Dwayne Johnson, and I love me even more some Jason Statham. Find me on all the socials. Let's talk about what great flicks are coming up. Right now, let's take care of what's important, the free stuff. Register to win a pair of passes to Alamo Drafthouse Cinema and $20 in food and beverage from the back lot. Go to ozarksfirst.com, see the Living Local tab, see the contest and events tab, and then you'll see a Box Office Buzz giveaway. And that's it. I look forward to seeing you next time.
So as you know, we will get that name drawn at random at the end of this show.
Yes, Daybreak in 10. Stay tuned.
All right, still ahead is top 3 stories for your morning.
And Elisa will let you know about a small warm-up coming in the next few days. When you can look forward to that is up next.
Good morning. My name is Delilah. I go to Sunshine Elementary School. Today is November 7th, and the lunch menu is spaghetti, chicken meatballs, turkey chef salad, baby carrots, and pineapple bites.
Now weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa.
If you're just waking up with us, we're starting with residual flooding concerns. It will be chilly today, and we warm up in time for the weekend. Flash flood watches continue to the south because of that residual flooding concern this morning. We've got a couple of aerial flood warnings, one for Barry and McDonald County until 3:45, one for Douglas, Howell, and Ozark until 4. In both of those spots, up to 3 inches of rain is causing some issues where it's still raining. Well, the rain is light to moderate, not really all that heavy anymore, but those areas have gotten a lot of rain on the overnight. Temperatures are tumbling behind our front by 10 to 15 degrees, much colder to the north at 32 degrees where it's raining. It's in the 40s, so I'm not concerned about ice. Grab umbrellas this morning. We'll clear out the rain by dismissal, but temperatures stay cold. Lauren?
Here's the top 3 things you need to know if you're just waking up. You might see hundreds of MoDOT trucks out on the road today, like this one behind our Hannah Zettel. She's live at MoDOT. Hannah, what are they hoping to accomplish with those trucks?
Well, Lauren, good morning. This is going to be kind of intended for the hundreds of new MoDOT employees that this is going to be their first winter. And it's also a good refresher for those veteran MoDOT employees who are getting ready for that winter weather, as I mentioned. Now, the exercise is going to begin at 8 today, this morning. During the drill, MoDOT employees will react to a simulated forecast of significant snow. The department's Emergency Operations Center will activate and employees will be deployed to their trucks. Emergency communication systems will be tested, and every truck, motor grader, snowblower, and tractor will be inspected and calibrated as well. About 285 snowplows take care of the local Southwest District. MoDOT reminds motorists to slow down when sharing the road with vehicles today and throughout the winter. And of course, if you do drive near a MoDOT vehicle, the rule of thumb is to stay about 100 feet away from that vehicle so that you can let them do their job and everyone can get to where they need to be safely. Reporting in Springfield, Hannah Zettel, Ozarks First.
All right, thank you, Hannah. That's how you know not to be too scared if you see those trucks. Regionally, police are searching for the person who shot a man in Rogers, Arkansas, according to police. A man was shot in the foot and taken to the hospital, but the suspect had left the scene before police got there. Keith Foster with the Rogers Police Department says they are still working to figure out exactly what happened. Foster says police believe, though, it was an isolated incident. Thirdly, and nationally for you, 2 weeks is how long 19-year-old Anaya Blanchard has been missing. And now investigators are getting some help from Texas EquuSearch, a nonprofit rescue organization. Their resources range from horse and rider teams to foot searchers and ATVs. The people in the area have also come from 5 different states to help find Anaya.
All right, another story you may have missed as you were sleeping, following up on one that we told you about yesterday. A 13-year-old North Carolina boy who was a murder suspect is back in custody. The boy escaped from officers on Tuesday following a court appearance. He faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and a charge of robbery with a dangerous weapon. The suspect's mother drove him to authorities to turn himself in. To a quick market watch for you now this morning. Here's how things wrapped up yesterday. The Nikkei up 26 points. The Dow pretty much breaking even right there, and the NASDAQ finished down 24. More Daybreak is up in a few minutes. Stay with us.
Now, forecast first on Color 10 News Ozarks First.
Good morning. We're starting out with wet roads in Branson again this morning. It is 39 degrees on north winds at 15 miles per hour. Those north winds tell us that the cold front has come through, but we are still seeing that rain focus to the south. Our flash flood watch continues to the south through noon. The heaviest rain is over, but they've kept the watch because we're still concerned about residual flooding in areas where it's still raining and got that heavy rain overnight. So a couple of different aerial flood warnings I need to take you through. We've got one for Barry and McDonald County until 3:45, where a good 1 to 3 inches of rain has fallen. The same thing for Benton County in northwest Arkansas. In that area, we've got some water covering the roads over the state line, so you want to be careful, especially in those rural areas near Powell. We've got big totals, about 3 inches, if not more, in spots, stretching from northwest Arkansas through Mountain Home and then over towards West Plains. In that West Plains area, we're continuing to see rain this morning. Another aerial flood warning was issued there until 4 p.m. for that same residual flooding concern. Totals much lighter around Springfield and nothing up to the north. There's that rain still out there this morning. It's decreased in intensity. It's light. Some moderate downpours in spots near Mount Grove and near Melbourne. Let me know if you're seeing flakes near Rolla. I'm not really sure about that one. But again, we've got mostly this rain. It's mostly to the south, and temperatures there are well above freezing. So not concerned about ice this morning. Again, if you see the MoDOT trucks, that is a drill. We've got that front to the south and east exiting. High pressure's trying to kick it out. It will try to clear skies today, but I think it might have a little bit of an issue. Falling temperatures and blustery winds out ahead of this high pressure today, because we have that sharp temperature difference across the Ozarks where we're dipping into the 30s pretty quickly. That cold shot coming is already dropping temperatures from 10 to 15 degrees from where they were yesterday. So our temperatures really flatlined today. We've hit our highs already. We'll dip into the low, into the middle 30s by midday, and then I think it's going to be hard to recover. So we'll keep those temperatures cold. The rain clears this afternoon. The clouds try to go with it, but it's going to be tough. They hang tight to the south. We drop it to the 20s tonight under clear skies, and by tomorrow, chilly sunshine in the 40s. Then a big temperature roller coaster. We warm up it to the 60s this weekend on south winds, only to tumble with an Arctic plunge Monday and Tuesday. We're looking at high temperatures in the 30s. That's a good 30 degrees below average. With that push of Arctic air that hits Monday, we could have some wintry weather to come with it late Sunday into Monday. So here's what we can expect. A brief warm up this weekend. That cold front arrives with a mixed late Sunday. Maybe some light snow on Monday. Too early for totals. Daytime highs in the 30s, overnight lows in the teens. 39 today. Cold and blustery as we try to clear out those skies. 21 overnight, clear and cold. 46 tomorrow, lots of sunshine, but temperatures stay chilly. The weekend will be much warmer. The better day maybe Saturday because of more sunshine. That wintry mix comes in late on Sunday. Maybe some snow to start on Monday. Temperatures tumble all day. 16 degrees to start Tuesday morning.
Joe, can you spell turducken for me? I'll use it in a sentence.
TURXQ, I don't what. Let's keep on going.
Up next, Pringles has released turducken flavored chips.
I can tell you I won't have those probably.
I won't make you spell it either. We got to talk about it in your headlines though.
let's do some headlines. Crazy stories yesterday. Interesting ones right now that'll make you wish you worked for me, Microsoft maybe.
Okay.
This is from the HuffPost. This is Microsoft Japan. It's the latest company to try the old 4-day work week. What do you guys think?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do they? Okay. Well, no, you
All right.
talk about
In
it.
Japan, they did this. Microsoft introduced a trial at its campus in Japan this summer. 4-day, 32-hour work weeks. They were urged to cut down on time spent on emails and in meetings as well. So they observed this and all that. We only have video of the Microsoft sign because everyone wasn't at work, you know? There you go. Microsoft is announcing now and put out a release saying that their productivity went up 40%. More than 90% of Microsoft's employees said they were impacted positively by the new measures.
Well, 40 is a lot, but so they were paid full-time wages for working 32 hours?
Right, yes.
And what I was going to
What do
ask
you
too
think?
is like,
Yeah.
I've seen jobs that do like 4-day work weeks, but then you work like a 10-hour day instead. That's what I was going to ask. But it's still 8-hour days, just 4 days, and they're more productive. I guess when you have 3 days to look forward to getting off, like I don't know,
You get stuff done.
Yeah.
You're not as burnt out. And if you are more productive, it would make sense why they're paying you full-time.
I think the thought process is more also, okay, if I don't get this done, I got to get it done. I got to come in on Friday and do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's do it. There we go. America, let's get this going everywhere. Please. Everyone would like it, right?
Yeah.
I would think so.
It would also be good for employees who work weekends because then they'll have 3 days to get some more hours.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. Just letting everyone know, America. Let's do it.
Let's do it. This next headline comes from Pringles. Says, don't miss Pringles Thanksgiving feast.
Oh, boy.
You don't have to spend hours making the turkey this year. You probably will want to, though, once you see this.
Of course.
Pringles released turkey-flavored version of its popular chip and also a duck flavor
Turkey,
and a chicken
duck,
flavor.
and chicken. All in a can?
All together create turducken.
That's what turducken is.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't know this?
No, I didn't realize
Yeah.
this. I thought it was just like turkey flavor, but it's in one chip. It's turkey, duck, and
No,
chicken.
3 different
Three
chips.
different chips,
Three
but they say you
flavors.
can put them together.
You stack 'em.
People like to mix them.
Okay.
Can I tell you my biggest gripe with this actually is not that it's really weird. That is not a turducken. That's a turchuck.
That's not that. That's right. False advertising. Come on.
Turkey, feathers, chicken body, and a duck face. That's a turchuck.
Because I've seen this with Pringles. They're doing the whole thing of like pizza and then put the pizza chip with the ranch and then it's together and all that. So now they're just taking this to a ridiculous level, I think.
These
right?
go on sale today. Today's
All right.
the day. You can get them on Kellogg's website.
I'm sure our friends at Ozarks Fox AM might be sampling sometime soon, right?
And my biggest question out of this is, who is eating duck on Thanksgiving? You know what I'm
Turducken
saying?
is pretty popular. We got to coach you
Really?
up. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people
It's-
view it as a delicacy,
Yeah.
like something to have for the holidays.
And they don't have like no like cranberry or stuffing flavored chips with this? It's just the meat?
You can put in a request, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Pringles will make anything if they're making this,
yeah.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk turducken during the break. Daybreak in 10, though, is up next.
We'll tell you why the salt trucks and plows are out in full force today with MoDOT.
Welcome back, everyone. Time for Daybreak in 10 on Color 10.
We'll be on the air commercial free for 10 minutes beginning right now. We know you all want to know how the weather is before you head out the door, so let's check in with Elisa to start you off.
Good morning, guys. Something new to show you is that last row of counties in Missouri that was included in the flash flood watch has been dropped and canceled. So it's only in effect for northern Arkansas now, and it's still there because we're still getting rain over areas that are already flooded from last night. Aerial flood warnings go for Barry and McDonald County through 3:45. Douglas, Howell, and Ozark counties until 4. In both of those areas, 1 to 3 inches of rain are causing some flooding issues there. The rain again has really lightened up. It's trying to exit to the south and east and will continue to do so today. And then the cold comes in behind it. Temperatures already tumbling 10 to 15 degrees from yesterday. Near freezing to the north, but it's not raining, so I'm not concerned about ice. It's 37 in Springfield. Temperatures in the 40s where it is raining. Temperatures flatline today as that cold air comes in. We don't really warm up much. We stay in the upper 30s with some clouds. You can see the rain is trying to be gone by about 1. The clouds will be tough to clear to the south. We drop it to the lower 20s tonight under clear skies. Chilly sunshine tomorrow with those temperatures in the 40s. So nice sunshine tomorrow, again just well below average. Warmer 60s on Saturday. We keep warmer 60s on Sunday. And then we take a big dip on that temperature roller coaster. Arctic air moves in early next week. We're looking at high temperatures in the 30s and overnight low temperatures starting out in the teens. It's about to get a little bit blustery at the bus stop by early next week. Joe, Lauren.
New this morning, authorities have arrested a suspect accused of robbing a gas station last night. This all happened at the Rapid Roberts at Elfindale and Kansas Expressway shortly before 10. Springfield police say the suspect walked in with a gun and demanded money. Customers were in the store at the time, but nobody was hurt. The suspect fled their apartment, and after a short chase was taken into custody. No charges filed at this time, though.
Don't be too alarmed if you see a bunch of MoDOT trucks out on the road today. The department is holding its annual winter operations drill.
That's right. Hannah Zettel joins us live to explain what they hope to accomplish before more snow falls. Hannah, good morning.
Well, that's right. And last week's little bit of winter weather was kind of a practice before the practice, which is scheduled today. And MoDOT is hoping to accomplish, training the dozens of new MoDOT employees, as well as educating those veteran MoDOT employees as well. It's all going to start at 8 this morning. During that drill, MoDOT employees will react to a simulated forecast of significant snow. The department's emergency operations centers will activate and employees will be deployed to their trucks. Emergency communication systems will be tested and every truck, motor grader, snow blower, and tractor will be inspected and calibrated today as well. About 285 snow plows take care of the local Southwest District. MoDOT reminds motorists to slow down when sharing the road today and throughout the winter.
They need to stay back, 100 foot from us, and just realize that, if they are going to pass, there is a snow plow in front of them. Some of them are 12 foot, some of them are 14 foot wide. We want them to go home safe, and we want our drivers to go home safe.
Of course, you're going to want to keep your distance today if you do see those over 280 trucks out on the road in our district. But let me break a couple things down by the numbers for you. In an average winter across the state, MoDOT employees plow an average of 6 million miles of snow and ice, which is enough to go to the moon and back 13 times. Here in our district, which consists of 21 counties, MoDOT has 40,000 tons of salt ready to go for the winter weather that is sure to be coming pretty soon here. So again, they are ready for it, and this drill is only going to help them prepare as well. Reporting in Springfield, Hannah Zettel, Ozarks First.
We do have a traffic alert for you now. A portion of Highway 165 and 265 across from Table Rock Dam will be temporarily closed overnight. The closure lasts from 8 this evening till 6 a.m. tomorrow. The Corps of Engineers will be installing equipment to refurbish the dam gates, and an alternate route will be Highway 165 off of Highway 65.
Some more local news now. A community conversation is happening tonight by the Ozarks Alliance to End Homelessness. The event starts at 5 and goes until 6 at the Springfield Art Museum. The discussion centers around dispelling myths about homelessness. The organization says those can include things like thinking that all homeless people are mentally ill or on drugs, that kids are runaways, and that the homeless person does not want to work. Panelists from several community organizations will be there.
Around the Ozarks now, medical marijuana operations in Missouri may be in some trouble as dispensaries and growing centers that have conducted most business with cash in other states may need to find a new payment method for here. The news leader reports the Department of Health and Senior Services proposed a rule saying cannabis companies will need to pay their taxes in any other form of acceptable payment other than cash. That's because currently marijuana businesses can't use the federal banking system. That's because the federal government still sees cannabis as an illegal substance. Missouri is calling on federal lawmakers now to support the Safe Banking Act as well as the Missouri Health Department to adopt some allowance for license holders to be able to pay in cash until they can figure out a banking solution.
Taxes are not the only problem medical marijuana makers and patients may face in Missouri. As cards become available, there are some issues in understanding the laws surrounding them.
Because not every law enforcement officer is receiving, adequate training about this new topic.
That was Darby Cook, the founder of the Missouri Cannabis Clinic. She has not had many issues herself with the process, but knows people who have. For instance, one patient in Rolla argued with police that it is legal to possess marijuana since she already had her card. Just to be clear, the Department of Health and Senior Services has said before dispensaries are open, card-carrying patients can legally have up to 4 ounces of marijuana. The Police Chiefs Association added officers should not ask where the marijuana came from or request a receipt. To avoid confusion, officials suggest all patients always have their cannabis cards with them. And a few trends to let you know about as you're waking up this morning. The first one, a major recall on chicken products. If that's something you might have in your fridge or freezer, more than 2 million pounds have been recalled because of possible contamination with metal. So that information is coming from the USDA. And good news for our Missouri viewers, this should not affect you, but the USDA has said if you live in Arkansas, it could.
That's right. Simmons Prepared Food, I believe is what we were saying, right?
Yes.
All right, and then, oh boy, another
Number
trend.
one. Number one
This
today.
is the #1 Google trend at the moment right now. We've got a lot of talk about Starbucks, right?
Yes.
Got holiday talk.
Holiday cups, apparently out today.
I did see that yesterday. There's an issue with them?
No, I think they released the pictures of them yesterday, but they're just out this week.
I know, that headline says there's something
That might
more
be
on Christmas backlash.
I think last year or the year before there was, I don't know what that means. Because I know a couple years ago there were some issues with it. People were offended by something on it. Yeah, that's why I was like, ooh, what's the matter with them this year? Well, I think one of them is environmentally friendly, if I remember right.
Because there are like 5 this year. Usually there's fewer than that.
Yeah.
I also saw they're switching up their holiday drinks a bit.
Yeah?
We're trying to get the buzz winner over here, too.
The bucket is over here.
Yes. We'll get that for you in just a second. No,
What about
they took the gingerbread latte off the list. Some
like
people
gingerbread.
upset about that.
Yeah.
And also,
All right,
they replaced
we've got some time. Don't worry. We got a minute left. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We've got a buzz winner for us. Who's going to the movies right now? That was Clint, the cameraman, with the assistant. It's his birthday pretty soon right now. And it is Shannon Brewer, headed to the movies. Congratulations, Shannon Brewer. How do you like that? Chris the Critic, always here to be able to provide some of that insight. Dr. Sleep, the horror movie that comes out after Halloween.
Yes, that's not the one you were looking forward to, though. What was that one?
Yeah, the second one.
No,
but
not Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers comes out around Thanksgiving. I want to see that one.
That does.
I'm talking about the one that's out now that you wanted to see.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I don't even know.
We'll figure it out.
In a while, guys. Shannon Brewer, though, congratulations, right?
Yes, and as you head out the door, bundle up. You saw Hannah out there in the coat and scarf. You'll need it.
You could hear the winds were picking up there. Those winds will keep temperatures flatlining today in the 30s. Even with clearing skies, it's going to stay cold, chilly sunshine tomorrow, warmer this weekend, and then real cold next week.
Enjoy the weekend, everyone. All right, thanks for joining us here this morning on Daybreak. Have a good Thursday.